Okay, while we're talking in this lesson about 10 power, I'll just show you one of the techniques that I've used in my own um, business and sales activities and so on. The theory of new sell was that, or the rather, was an escape from the old-fashioned American idea that the salesperson closes the sale. That led to the idea that if you go and make a call, you should get a sale. And I've tested that for many times over about 25 years around the world. If you ask any sales manager, or ask any salesperson rather, what's the first question your sales manager asks you when you come back from a sales call? And the answer always is, did you get the sale? And so that question, did you get the sale, always leads to the behavior in salespeople that if I make a call, I'm expected to get a sale. And it creates a whole range of crazy behavior, which ultimately leads in most cases to people avoiding making sales calls, doing all sorts of other things until they make so few sales contacts that actually they just go out of business. So this expectation that one call should equal one sale is a traditional expectation in selling, and that's what I disproved on my PhD, proved that in fact it's not the salesperson who closes the sale, it's the customer who closes the sale. And that's the whole basis of the new sell idea. So that's the theory. How do you then apply that in practice? And using the 10 power concept, what I would do, for example, say in the old idea, one call is supposed to equal one sale, and that just doesn't work. But in this system, 10 calls might equal one sale. They're not necessarily, but if it's the customer that closes the sale, that's more likely. Because the reason is, you set up a 10-call sequence. If the salesperson goes out with one call equals one sale, there's a lot of high pressure, all these tricks, all these closing techniques and special handshakes and power dressing and all this sort of stuff, all this voodoo, it's nonsense. Customers know all about it, and they're not impressed. But if you know that it's the customer that closes the sale, then you can do what I do. You can allocate a budget of 10 calls. So I have this sort of little budget: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the first call, I might introduce myself and get some information from the customer. The second call, I might follow up with a fax or with an email. Third call might be something that we found out in the meeting that I'm sending them something. Next call might be arranging a second meeting to present the results of my needs analysis, and so on. And then what's happening, I'm making these calls, and then when I get to the end of the 10 calls, I can decide if the progress has gone reasonable enough, I might make another 10 calls. And so I've done two things here. I've created a number of calls, 10 in fact, using 10 power to build a relationship with the customer. This is what the Japanese do. And if that relationship is strong enough, trust can develop it. And the psychology of buying, not selling, the psychology of buying is trust. And that's where all the action is, in the customer's brain. So I built a platform of 10 calls where I can build trust. But also I've learned a lot about the customer. And the customer is educating me how they want to buy. And of course, at the same time, perhaps I can be providing a service and some information for them. If that's no good, I can end the relationship there. If it's good, if it hasn't, the business hasn't taken place by then, I can allocate another 10 calls. So it's this idea, this sequence of using 10 power to multiply your sales calls by 10 can give you, it's more fun, it's more interesting for you and the customer, it takes the pressure off and allows you to do a lot more sales calls and a lot more business than the old-fashioned old sell of one call equals one sale.